So, day 568,000 of the Ben Simmons saga. He's still a member of the Philadelphia 76ers, and quite frankly, we're all just frustrated at this point. But today, an all-time Sixers great gives his opinion and absolutely rips into Ben Simmons for his trade request. On the other hand, Damian Lillard with some cryptic Twitter action that could potentially signal Ben Simmons teaming up with Dame in Portland. And lastly, a bunch of other news about the surrounding situation. We have a lot to get into, so let's talk about it.
Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? RB here. Welcome back on into Philly Take with RB, where we constantly talk Philadelphia sports. You know what to do. Drop a like on the video if you're enjoying the content. Sub to the channel if you're new. And be sure to hit that notification bell so you are instantly notified anytime we drop some content covering news, rumors, a live stream, call-in show, anything that you can think of. We do it here on the channel, and I appreciate all the support. And check out the merch store and consider becoming a channel member today. All right, so where do we start? So much more news. I'm telling you, every single day it feels like it's just being poured on at this point. We'll start here. The Sacramento Kings, another team out of the Ben Simmons mix, according to Sam Amick, who writes for the Sacramento Bee and is also a credentialed NBA writer, says source, barring a drastic change in Philly's asking price, Ben Simmons will not be Sacramento-bound anytime soon, if ever, separating fact from fiction on the Kings-Simmons front and detailing the status. And in the article, pretty much just said, similar to these other situations, Daryl Morey continues to drive up the price, and he's asking for a Kings ransom, and the Kings, all the other teams, and now the Kings as well. They're not stupid, man. They're not going to do it, especially at this point with everything coming out. So we can probably say goodbye to De'Aaron Fox if that was ever even anything. Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, all that good stuff. So maybe we'll revisit it, but for now, the Kings are out of the equation. And then next we will go to Keith Smith. Shout out to Keith, man. Does great work, and he posted this from Bet Online, which is a prop bet type of platform, and they put out Ben Simmons odds as to where he may go for his next team. And as you can see, the favorite, Portland Trailblazers. We have more on that in just a little bit, but you see Portland, you see the Timberwolves, and I think this was either from today or yesterday, so obviously I don't think they incorporated the Kings news yet, and then there's more about the Warriors and stuff, but here's all the list of teams. The last one is the funniest, as Keith points out. There are 20-1 odds of Ben Simmons landing with the Shanghai Sharks.
Yes, sir.
Send him to Shanghai, baby. Maybe we'll get a good package in return. But, very, very interesting. Here's the list of updated odds. And that's just all we have right now. But Portland's sitting at the top, and that brings us to our next point. Damian Lillard yesterday liked a picture on his Twitter. As you can see right here, I guess a Blazers fan account had this cropped picture of Ben Simmons and Damian Lillard and said, "Hey, Dame," and Damian Lillard liked it. Okay? Now, I'm not going to read into this because, Damian Lillard's not really a social media type of guy. He already said, what he feels will come to him. But I do think this is very weird. I do think this is very interesting, and I tweeted it out this morning and pretty much said, this is the pain of being a Philadelphia fan. Damian Lillard knew exactly what he was doing when he liked this. It's not like he did it by accident. He saw the cropped picture. Ben Simmons, Damian Lillard. Does this physically mean anything? No. But is it interesting? Of course it is. These NBA players, these professional athletes, like to do things like this to kind of, tease us a little bit or send us in a certain direction or kind of piss us off at the same time if you're a Philly fan. But I don't know. I don't know what to do at this point. I'm going to have another piece coming out maybe tomorrow, discussing my current updated thoughts on the whole situation. But let me tell you, man, just things like this, it hurts. It hurts. So let me know if you think there's any substance to this down below in the comment section. And before we get to Charles Barkley and his comments, the last thing, Kendrick Perkins kind of redeemed himself a little bit today. Yesterday, I pretty much called him an idiot after he had said about us not giving a commitment at all to Ben Simmons. And people were all happy about that, the Ben stands. But how about this? The fact is that Ben Simmons lacks mental toughness. Thank you. He needs to learn how to turn those boos into cheers, and that comes from working and getting better in the offseason. Joel Embiid did it. That's exactly what I said. You redeemed yourself a bit for now, Kendrick Perkins. It's exactly what I said yesterday. That quote, I took that away the most when Embiid said, I took it to heart. I took it personally. I went and got better, and I made people shut up. He has that dog. Ben Simmons does not. But anyway, we get to the last thing and the biggest thing here today, and that is Philadelphia 76ers all-time great Charles Barkley. Chuck is hilarious. You've seen him on TNT on the show, and he was on the Mike Missinelli show today. And courtesy of NBC Sports Philadelphia, we have a couple clips to play here. If you haven't yet, I'm going to drop the link down in the comments section. You should definitely go watch it after this, but the full interview was just great. I love Chuck. I love his personality. And we are going to listen to the first clip. This is Charles Barkley's reaction to Ben Simmons requesting a trade.
He makes $40 million a year. And he gets mad when people criticize him for not only will he not shoot, he's afraid of the ball. And he's mad and wants to leave. This is what you guys have created in today's players. You players and these fans, you don't hold these guys accountable. Wait, so let me get this straight. We liked you enough to give you $200 million. The only thing we asked you is to be a good basketball player. And you're a good basketball player. But we want you to we're not even asking, we just say shoot the ball. And he's mad and wants to leave town? Come on, Mike. This is total BS.
Oh, my gosh. I love Chuck, man. And I'm so glad that somebody with an influence from the Sixers, who has played for the Sixers, is coming out and saying this, man. I agree 100%. We gave you the ink, man. We gave you the contract. You're $177 million above $30 to $35 million a year to work on your profession. And we're not even asking you to be LeBron James yet. We're asking you to shoot a basketball. And you're mad at us. You want to leave because mommy hurt your feelings? I guess Sixers fans are mommy now, huh? I mean, come on, man. We're asked to just try to shoot a basketball. This is the NBA. It's exactly what we've been saying. I'm glad Charles said it. It's an absolute joke, man. It's an absolute joke. And we're going to go on to the next point here about Charles Barkley, and I think he makes the best point I've heard about where the Sixers stand in terms of leverage. He definitely opened my mind a little bit. Let's listen to it.
I would call Ben Simmons. I say, hey, if you want to be traded, that's fine. We're not giving you away. We're not giving you away. We're not going to trade you to where you want to be traded. If somebody wants to give us the deal we want, we're not taking 25 cents on the dollar. I've heard all these fools talk about who got leverage. No, we got leverage because we have to pay you. And if we don't get the deal we want, you're going to be playing right here in Philadelphia. That's what I would do if I was the Sixers general manager, Elton Brand. I'd say, hey, you don't run the 76ers. We gave you $200 million. The only thing we asked you to do is shoot the damn basketball. And now you're mad because we telling you got to shoot the basketball. Now you want to go somewhere else. I'm not having that. Now, if you want to be traded, I got no problem. But I'm going to take the best deal, but it's going to be the best deal. If it's in Sacramento, it's fine. They don't even have a team in Seattle. If it's in Seattle, I'm not going to let your guys bully me and say, I got to be traded to this team here. I'm not going to have that. And if you show up and don't play, I'm going to suspend you, and you ain't going to get paid.
Yep. You know what that deserves, man?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, Charles. Thank you so much for putting it so simple and so straight for the idiots out here that continue to defend this guy. I mean, he said in his last point about, we made this generation. I agree 100%. These guys are soft. They're soft. Like a damn pillow, man. I mean, come on. It's unbelievable, bro. It really is. It really is, and I'm glad he came out here. And you know what? And the whole talk the last couple of days, Rich Paul this, Rich Paul that. Ben wants to go here. He wants to dictate this. You know what? Charles is right. If I'm Daryl Morey, put your damn foot down, okay? We're not trading you to an LA team. You're going to go to Minnesota. You're going to go to this team. You're going to go to the Cavs, all right? And you're going to come to camp. Now, on the contrary, I will say, this could break up team chemistry. This could have issues in the locker room. And, at this point, it's hard to bring them back. But you know what? You're going to have to come and bring your ass back to the East Coast, Ben Simmons. You're going to have to go to camp. Let's see who likes it now. You know what? If you don't want to go to camp, fine. What's your next team going to think? When you feel offended by a certain comment that barely called you out, what's your next team? Are they going to trade for you? Are they going to give up a haul of assets to watch you come to their team and get upset, and then you're not going to report to camp? How about that? Well, you want your money so bad, come to camp. Come face us, Ben Simmons. We know if you play in the regular season, you're going to get booed every single game. But come face us in camp, Ben Simmons. If I'm Daryl Morey, you put your foot down, man. I absolutely agree with Charles Barkley. You know, we're not going to just give you up for anything. At this point, the pipe dream's not looking too likely. But you know what? We can still get an average, decent starter, a better fit for our team. You're not going to demand us like you did Anthony Davis, Rich Paul. We're going to put our damn foot down, and it's time for that toughness to show. I don't care what Ben Simmons thinks. I really don't. I absolutely agree with Chuck. Thank you so much for putting it out there so these people can see. Is it a tough situation? Of course it is. But Ben Simmons and Rich Paul, despite what you may think, are not the only ones with leverage in this situation. The Sixers have the right to call the next shot, and they should stick it to Ben Simmons. You know what? And even Joel Embiid said, you know, I'm comfortable with him coming back. So at the end of the day, time to put our foot down. We need to get a good player that will fit for us, maybe some draft capital, and see where we're at going forward. But those are just my thoughts on everything. I want to hear from you. Let me know down below in the comments section. What do you make of these comments? Give me all your thoughts. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And like always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one, man. Peace.
Perfect.